I already know this is going to be a controversial topic of discussion, and you might think I've lost my marbles, but I just want to say a couple things before the dislikes in the comments start flying. Number one, I would not take Jalen Milroe with the 6th pick in the NFL draft. Number two, Jalen Milroe is not my number one quarterback coming out this year. Number three, Lamar Jackson, his scouting report in 2018 is eerily similar to Jalen Milroe's, and I thought it would be fun to go back and actually read Lamar's scouting report in this video, compare it to what people are saying about Jalen Milroe today, and show you and explain to you why taking a risk on Jalen Milroe in the 2nd or 3rd round can only help us. If he doesn't work out, it does not matter because he's not a top 10 pick. And there's no skin on our back or off our back or near our back. I don't know what the saying is particularly. My name is Rodney. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. I need you to do a couple things real fast. Hit that like button, comment away. And now look, this channel is now sponsored. You're going to get hit with another ad read here, but do not skip this one because guess what? It's free. It does not cost you anything to sign up for this new app that's coming out, and it is specific for Raider fans. It's about, I don't want to spoil it, but the ad read is about the referees and how sometimes we don't have calls go our way and how we can impact change on that. All you need to do is follow the link in the description below and put in your email address. All it does is notify you with an email when the app is officially come out in its new version. You're going to get hit with the ad read. You're going to love it. Here it is. Before we go any further, I need to tell you about the sponsor for this video, Penalty Verdict. Now, if you are a Raider fan like me, you've seen a bad call a time or two. The referees feel like they don't entirely love when the Raiders are succeeding. Penalty Verdict is an app that allows fans to vote on each penalty call in real time, analyze referee performance, and contribute to a community-driven database of officiating statistics. Penalty Verdict integrates live game data to generate polls for each penalty call. Users can vote on whether or not they believe the call was accurate. The app aggregates these votes to provide detailed statistics on referee performance. Yes, you've heard that correctly. So when you're watching a Raider game or any other team's game or any college football game that you want, and there's a penalty that is called, you open up the app, you vote on whether that was a good call or a bad call immediately. We can all talk on a community. It's like a social media platform for penalty calls for or against the Las Vegas Raiders. And the goal of this app is to create an aggregate amount of statistics for each referee. So you can use that to feel whether or not we're going to have a good refereed game when we have a certain ref that's reffing our game, because we can go to Penalty Verdict and go to the statistics to see what we voted on. This is a way for us as Raider fans to create change and make a difference. Follow the link in the description below, or it's in the top pinned comment of this video. Sign up. It's completely free. You just need your email address, and it supports the channel if you just throw in an email address. You can download the app once the season starts, and we can vote on penalties in real time. Penalty Verdict is the next evolution of live interaction with the NFL. How cool is that? It's an app that's already out but is coming out where you can vote live on penalties to critique the referee's performance. All you have to do is insert your email address following my specific link in the description below, and it's going to be the top pinned comment as well. It helps out the channel tremendously if you just throw in an email. It shows that people that watch this channel are willing to sign up for sponsors, and if we get enough people to sign up, I'm going to get a long-term sponsorship, a long-term deal for the NFL season, and it's pretty fun to be able to vote on some bad calls that go against the Raiders and have like this algorithm base where we can see, oh, this ref is good. Sean Ockley's bad for us. Brad Allen is good, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Penalty Verdict, sign up, link in the description below. Shout out to them. Jalen Milroe. I've been thinking a lot about him. We talk about him a lot in the Discord. And I've actually reacted to his highlights on Patreon, patreon.com/allaboardraiders. If you want to sign up, link is in the description below. You can watch all those videos that I did. I reacted to his highlights, Shador's, Cam Ward's, Drew Aller before he said he wasn't coming back out. Did we do Jackson Dart? I don't quite remember. There's definitely one more person in there that I reacted to. Jalen Milroe was one of those guys. Now, I have him ranked as like the third or fourth best quarterback coming out. But ever since he's run that 4.37 or 4.36 at his pro day, it's really got me thinking. And to be honest with you, before we get into reading his scouting report and Lamar Jackson's scouting report and comparing them, he's got me thinking a lot about Tua Tagovailoa. And I remember when Tua was coming out, I had him below Burrow, obviously, and below Herbert. And below Jordan Love. And my reasoning for that was, if you're going to draft Tua that high, he needs to become Drew Brees to have justified taking him where you did. And now, he's been okay. He's been slightly above average, but now he's making $50+ million a year, and he's never going to be Drew Brees, even when he's completely healthy. And it makes me think about drafting quarterbacks in the first round versus later in the draft and the risk-reward system of it all. And it made me realize something. For Jalen Milroe to reach his peak, his potential, right, he has to become Lamar Jackson. But he doesn't have to become that elite level of a player if you take him on day 2 or day 3. If you take him with the 6th overall pick and he doesn't become 80 to 90% of what Lamar Jackson is, he's a bust and you've wasted a pick. A pick that you could have had a Brock Bowers type player and an Ashton Genty or a Will Campbell or a Mason Graham, right? Instead, you took a risk on Jalen, you reached, and now you're paying for it because he's never going to reach the heights of a Lamar Jackson. But if you take him in the 2nd or 3rd round, it doesn't matter if he's not that good because you can try again next year. You can try again the year after that. Look at what the Arizona Cardinals did when they drafted Josh Rosen in the 1st round. They screwed up. They knew immediately. And then next year they drafted Kyler Murray 1st overall. I don't know if Kyler Murray was worth the first pick that draft, but he was the best quarterback in that draft, and he's leaps and bounds better than any version of Josh Rosen in the NFL. So that's what makes me think you got to take a chance, a flyer on Jalen Milroe. If this guy can really throw the ball 60 yards and he can really run a 4.3, whatever, how could you not take him in the 2nd or 3rd round and stash him for 2 years under Geno Smith? He could change your franchise if he becomes 75% of what Lamar Jackson is, a 2-time, probably multiple more time MVPs when it's all said and done. So that's basically my thesis for all this. Before I get into reading the Lamar Jackson scouting report from 2018, it's very, very fun to read with a new perspective, 2020 vision. I already mentioned the Patreon, patreon.com/AllAboutRaiders. This is another way to support the channel, but also get some bang for your buck. I don't want you to just donate. If you give me your hard-earned cash, I want you to get stuff. What you get is your name at the end of the credits. You get exclusive, never-before-seen content, like me reacting to Jalen Milroe's highlights. I love how you can just see my hands here. You get videos days in advance. You get YouTube monthly channel advice, access, all that good stuff. And by the way, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, if you've been watching, and you're like, should I not? About 50% of you that are watching are not yet subscribed. We're trying to get to 13,000 before the draft. We're trying to get to 15,000 before the new league year. Okay, we're going to read Lamar Jackson's scouting report first. I did glance over this briefly, and it is pretty funny looking back. Matt Miller, Bleacher Report, June 26th, 2018, after Lamar was drafted. Jackson is a unique athlete with the ability to beat a defense with his arm or his legs. He has the fast whip delivery and plenty of arm strength despite not being a full-body thrower. Jackson can beat defenders to the corner with his legs and take the game over as a runner. He's the best Lamar. He's the best running quarterback in college since Michael Vick compares to him favorably. His ability to turn nothing into something will excite teams that have adapted to a more college-friendly offense. Chip Kelly, ever heard of him? But his success will hinge on where he's drafted, and if offensive coaches believe in his development. Interesting. Negatives. Jackson's wrist flip passing motion and narrow base when throwing cause the ball to sail. He'll have to rework his setup and better drive the ball with his legs to improve his accuracy, especially on out routes. He hasn't shown on tape that he can fit the ball consistently into tight windows up the seam. I guess he's been able to fix that. There are concerns among NFL scouts that Jackson is a 1-2 read run quarterback and won't be able to make complex pro reads. Jackson improved in the pocket in 2017, but still bails too early at times and opens up his smaller frame to hits. Now, an interesting thing there, I don't think do they have his measurables here? No. Jalen Milroe now is stronger than Lamar Jackson was back then. Lamar Jackson's grade, 6.75, pro comparison Michael Vick, round 2 draft pick. His game isn't a natural fit for the NFL and will require development, but Jackson has game-changing athleticism and playmaking skills. I think he ended up being an okay quarterback. The funniest thing is that they say he could be a decent player if he develops. Now, he did develop. He did not come in and light the world on fire. He played a little bit his rookie year, and it wasn't until his second year that he absolutely exploded onto the scene. Nobody is asking Jalen Milroe to come in, be the 6th pick, and change the franchise, right? That would be not smart. What we need to do is have Geno Smith start for 2 years minimum. Aiden O'Connell will be the backup for those 2 years. If you want to go trade or sign somebody else, if you don't like Aiden, okay, whatever, it is what it is. Geno's a pretty healthy player. I don't foresee Aiden really playing that much. Aiden will be the backup because I don't want to throw Jalen Milroe in there all willy-nilly, and have him lose his confidence and be inaccurate and have him get hit and get hurt. But I want him to be active and to dress and for him to have a certain play package in the red zone, in 4th and 3rd and short situations, 10 to 15 plays where Jalen Milroe is just on the field being a threat to get a first down, to score a touchdown. I think that's the way to go here. He can get some on-the-field NFL experience while also learning behind a really good quarterback, a leader, a mentor in Geno Smith, learning the Chip Kelly offense, learning and watching film with Aiden and, Tom Brady. And then in 2 years, you unleash him. Okay, let's read Jalen Milroe. We've upgraded from a person that did it to the BR NFL Scouting Department, January 6, 2025. 6'2", 217, smaller hands than we would like. He ran that 4.35 or whatever it was. Let's see the positives and negatives. Explosive dual threat quarterback capable of making big plays with his running ability. Dynamic arm talent to push the football vertically and outside the numbers. Well-built and proportionate frame with tremendous play strength, young and developing talent with a high ceiling. Negatives: can be too eager to pull the ball down and bail out of a clean pocket. Sound familiar? Consistency in trusting his eyes against defensive coverages, anticipating throwing windows, will wait for receiver to complete their route, breaks before throwing, feeling and sensing pressure when in the pocket. So, Jalen Milroe is the most physically gifted quarterback prospect in this draft class. He's one of the most explosive athletes at any position in college football. Milroe is a developing pocket passer. He has a dynamic and live arm to push the ball down the field, creating explosive passing plays. He thrives as a vertical shot-making QB, attacking the defense in deeper areas of the field. Milroe is already showing flashes of getting through his progressions quicker and taking what the defense is giving him. He has beaten the blitz effectively this season with his arms and legs. Milroe is finding the designated hot reads built into the passing game plan for those blitz packages. That's some pretty good stuff right there. Milroe tends to become antsy and bail on clean pockets, being over-reliant on his elite athleticism. His eyes will drop to the rush and force him outside the pocket instead of navigating inside to throw it. It's a work in progress. We understand that. So remember, Lamar's grade was a 6.75. Jalen Milroe's 7.3. High-level backup / potential starter, 3rd-round draft pick. Pro comparison: shades of Jalen Hurts with a jetpack and stronger arm. I don't know how you don't take him in the 2nd or 3rd round. If you can get him in the 3rd, that's obviously ideal. But Jalen Milroe could absolutely change the trajectory of this franchise if he becomes 75% of what his ceiling is. Shedeur Sanders' ceiling is, shades of Joe Burrow. Cam Ward's ceiling is shades of Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Milroe's ceiling is shades of Lamar Jackson. But the elements of Lamar Jackson that he has the potential to become, he already has. He's got a stronger arm than Lamar. He could be faster than Lamar. He's already bigger than Lamar. And he will have the benefit, just like Lamar did, of being for once in a stable-ish organization, learning under someone like a Joe Flacco, which Lamar did. Jalen Milroe could have Geno Smith. And I just want to stress this. He's not my top quarterback option. But I'm not taking a quarterback at 6. And although Will Howard has a nice relationship with Chip Kelly, and maybe he could distribute the ball a la Derek Carr and learn the system faster, nobody that we draft in the 2nd or 3rd round of quarterback is going to play for a year at least. So why not let it be Jalen Milroe? And you could still get him on the field so he can get accustomed to the speed of the game, which is something you can't do with Jackson Dart or Will Howard or Quinn Ewers. You can't dress these guys and throw them on the field. They don't bring anything to the table. Jalen Milroe could be like a sneaky running back for a couple plays or a wideout for a couple plays, all while learning how to be a quarterback in the National Football League. This is an epiphany I had Sunday, March 23rd, watching March Madness, thinking about Jalen Milroe's 40 time, talking about it in Discord a lot. I know there's going to be certain people that are going to be happy with this. By the way, join the Discord, link in the description below. I think we got to take a chance at drafting Jalen Milroe. Imagine you go Genty and then a corner and then Milroe. I mean, that sounds like a great 1, 2, 3 first couple picks, first 90 picks draft for the Raiders right there. Because you get your running back of the future, you get your corner of the future, assuming Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll can develop that guy, and then you've got your potential franchise-altering player in Jalen Milroe who becomes the next version of Lamar Jackson. And if he doesn't, it's okay because you didn't use the 6th pick in the draft on him. And it doesn't stop you from then drafting a quarterback next year or the quarterback the year after that. I think it's a foolproof plan, especially with Aiden here. Aiden can still be the backup, and Jalen can still dress and be ready to go. What say you? Comment below your thoughts. I think this is a sneaky good idea. Penalty verdict. Link is in the description below. All you got to do is throw your email in there. It's a new app. It's already out. It's developing. It's going to be a lot of fun during the season to whip it out and to be voting on good and bad penalties and be talking on that app like a social media platform, using our voice to finally enact a little bit of change and showing how good or bad these referees can be, holding referees accountable. It is completely free. Link is in the description below, and it is the pinned comment. Follow that link. I think it's penaltyverdict.com/allaboardraiders. Throw in your email address. It helps the channel tremendously. You have no idea. Thank you so much for watching. Drop likes, drop comments, and please be sure to subscribe. It is free. It's no charges to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.